And we're back. This is Lean Bear, lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. And I'm here with Nenko over there
Yeah, it's me.
in Normandy,
Yeah,
France.
still in
Uh,
Normandy
and
with cows and
and I told you to let me
French cows.
I told you to let me do the preamble. And so I'm working on Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and I was just in the moment of trying to decide whether or not to add a synth because I had some compunctions about it. I didn't want to add a modern sounding synth, but I didn't want to do like a rock organ. And then Nenko came to me on Discord and said, "How's the song going?" And I said, "I'm trying to decide whether to add a synth." And he said, "I know just what you need for that song." And so here we are.
Not really. Yeah.
So what is this thing that
I
we're looking
said,
at? Please.
I said, yeah, I said even though I think it's a good idea to use this plugin, I said maybe it would be better that I use something that I'm better at because
You said, and I
yeah,
quote,
yeah,
"I have just what you need. I know just." Don't back down
yeah.
from it.
You need to read between the lines though.
All right.
The two lines of coke. No, I'm not
Tell,
joking.
tell us what we're looking at here, man.
Marvelous CSAT plugin from Xil's Lab, which is a French company. You can find the plugin around 90 euros if you want, if you hurry. I'm not promoting their stuff, but I can tell it sounds very good. So basically, it's for those who don't know, it's reproducing the sound or emulating the famous and expensive King of Synths CS80, which was produced in 1976 till I don't know how many they made, but it was already an expensive work of art. Inside, it's all analog. Everything is analog. They used cable, real size cable, stuff like that. So it sounds different than anything you could expect from a normal synth, like the 80s synth, like Juno and whatnot, Jupiter. It sounds different. It's so you can obviously hear it in Toto Africa, for instance, with a very natural sound. I won't be able to find the preset because it's a pain in the ass. It's a new kind of browser.
Is it the
Not really.
in that song? Is it the synth that goes bum 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 bum
Well,
bum?
yeah, that's it.
Ah, okay,
That's this one.
nice.
Very nice mid-range, low, mid-range bassy. So you can't make technically you can't. They say you can't make really a fat sound with it, which is depending of your definition of fat.
Sorry,
I think because
is it also the in that song, the same song? Is it also the solo, the keyboard solo, or is that another?
I don't think. No, I don't
Okay,
think.
all right, go ahead. So if this was from
And
the 70s, why did they call it the 80?
I see SAD because it's actually 2 times 8 voices polyphony. So
Okay.
you have 2 layers, 2 engines. It's one synth, and then it's another. This one is created for the plugin only.
And this is
So this is
subtractive.
original. Doesn't exist. This
Is,
doesn't exist
is it
on the real thing.
is it subtractive?
Yeah, man, it's like any good old fat synth. It's subtractive at heart. 12 dB filter, but totally different from an Oberheim or an ARP. I mean, it has its own sound. Very smooth. And it has this magic trick, the sine wave under the main oscillator. So you have it's not that complicated. It doesn't look like any other one. So, and you even add these weird way of doing it. It's like the maximum here.
Ring
Well,
modulator.
yeah, but the maximum is at 0.
Okay.
And if I init the patch in Reason, all the slider are at 0, and it's impossible to get a sound out of it after that, because it takes 15 minutes to put on everything. Just saying. So it's the modulation section, which is very, very. It's on the plugin. They added stuff, but on the real thing, there's plenty of modulation. It's live. It's very good to play live, because you have tons of controls
Okay.
to play live. Then, so the sine wave under the oscillator. So free oscillator. When you think about the rock stuff like that, I like the triangle wave. On va essayer. I'm gonna try to get a normal sound out of it to start. Not and I'm total. I'm learning. I'm learning on this one. Honestly, I'm just. I'm gonna. I don't know what's happening.
Nenko doesn't use no stinking presets.
Yeah, madam. Oh, it's the ring mode. So I was showing you that it was the maximum,
Oh, okay.
which is really, yeah, maximum, minimum.
Okay.
All right, not here, not here. Okay, here it's normal. Okay, so Matt,
Yeah.
you have your oscillator like the normal. In this case, you have a square wave. I'm gonna try to get rid of the modulation. Very nasal, because I have the high pass filter and the low pass filter. They are both. You can play them in the same time. For those who know, like on the MS-20, for instance, but polyphonically. So you can do incredible swipes. So you can go really far in sound design, make some stupidly beautiful pads, or make natural sounding like percussion with the synths that are really good too, sounding like a bit like wood. I made a few on my channel videos with. Recently, I got this 1 month ago, so I played quite a lot with it, without knowing, without really improving my speed to find. Okay, it's even worse if I explain. So I'm gonna shut up a bit, just a bit.
That's okay. I can commentate.
I'm trying not to get any modulation. I couldn't init the patch or brilliance. Okay, brilliance.
Why don't you like focus on that for a minute?
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about you. So.
All right. Listen to that.
Here is Nenko is a real artist, a painter. Shut up and let me talk about you, okay? And he's and even before I knew he was a painter, I would watch his. He does live streams where he just doesn't talk much. He just does what he's doing right now, and he builds pads, and I was like, man, it struck me that this guy works like a painter. It made me think of like mixing colors on the palette, and it struck me like how he's very focused on achieving something very specific, and he's going about it in a very methodical way, and it was kind of fascinating to me. And so even though I'm not an electronic music kind of guy, it became one of my favorite things to kind of, whenever I saw him streaming, I would listen as I was going about, just house or driving or whatever. And then I left a comment I left a comment on one of his pieces saying I'm not really an electronic music guy, but I really dig this. It's really cool. I'd like to learn more about it. And Nenko here was so gracious as to, like, he came back, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours later and said, I have made a primer for you on subtractive synthesis.
Mhm.
And it was it took me a couple of days before I could actually sit down and watch it, which I felt bad about.
And I was
But I had
so
things
glad
going on.
somebody was watching.
Well, but it was so kind. It was like so, amazingly kind. And the other funny thing is, the first time I heard him talk, I never told you this. The first time I heard you talk, I thought you were African.
Oh yeah, nice.
You know why?
Why not?
Well, you know why? Because well, look, a lot of the First of all, African speakers of English, they speak some of the most beautiful English in the world, in terms of their syntax and their diction. Their like really, but they
French
have
too.
but they'll have like a heavy
French too.
accent, and a lot of
have
times
a
that
good French.
accent will be French, right? Depending on the country, right? And
Depending on the
you've
country,
got
yeah.
this kind of like kind of deep, strong. Yeah, I thought, oh, he's probably from like Ghana or someplace like that. But
Me, the first time
Côte d'Ivoire.
the first time I heard you, I thought you were a famous podcaster, famous radio guy. You have a radio voice, man. You could make some. You should really invest time in YouTube, bro. I mean, with the voice you got, you could really make a series of interviews like this.
All right.
I mean, don't interview me.
Nicholas,
We're gonna focus on
I'm
music.
gonna use your real name since you use mine, Nicholas.
Yes,
This is
my
about
mom
you,
only
not
called
about
me
me.
Nicholas.
This is about blowing sunshine up your ass, sir. Okay.
There's no sunshine in my ass.
Nicholas is really like he is a real artist with this stuff. Is my point. And so for him to, when he offered to try his hand at a synth part, because I'm kind of, it's with some trepidation that I try to do a Black Sabbath rendition, especially that song. It takes a little bit of balls, and he says,
Yeah.
I think I know what you need." And so I feel really, man, I feel so honored right now to have you trying to help me out with this, and I really appreciate it, sir. So I want to say thank
I'm
you.
glad. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
No,
So-
just because you wanted. I know you're using use synth, different type of presets recently and stuff like that, but you use a lot of organs. So you don't want organ, but yeah, this one you can see you have you have your organs ready. I didn't use it. I made it from scratch, but you see how it sounds.
Hey, buddy, I'm not going to be particular about it. This is something I actually really kind of enjoy about this. Is that I'd like you to put some of you into it,
Okay.
and I'll just be okay with that. I might.
So
Just,
listen.
okay.
You're gonna have the choice of sound with only these settings. With a few variations on the filters, it's insane the differences of textures you can get.
Okay.
So the sound without reverb. So you can see the organ-like sound.
Yeah.
Like with attack, a lot of
A lot of attack. Yeah.
yeah.
But How about some grind? Can you put some grind into it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The guitars are kind of like that Billy Corgan-esque fuzz.
So you see, it goes. It's perfect in the mix. It's really. You will hear it, but
Right.
it's still really, really soft. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. If you add a reverb, which is pretty nice. Sorry.
Nenko?
Yes.
It's maybe it's CPU related, but the signal is kind of glitching a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, no, it's too loud.
All right.
It's clipping. Yeah, it's clipping. Okay,
All right.
got it.
So we're gonna.
Should be better.
You want to just
So-
like you're gonna
You can.
dial up the mix and just play the first E minor. See what it sounds like.
Wait. So maybe. Well, yeah. So no overdrive on this. If you want saturation, we can add saturation.
Whatever
Bro.
you say, bro.
Where is the on button?
See, that's why you're
Oh.
you're an artist. Overdrive is like the first thing I would reach for.
You have a nice EQ too. You can make it thinner and better in the mix.
Nico has always also taught me a lot about mixing. He's really good at mixing, and he's got really good monitor speakers. It's all yours, buddy.
I like this sound. Let's try this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna switch the stream because I need to go in. Oh no, okay, I can stay on the plugin.
Well, you gotta go to Reason.
Yeah, no, it's my window, my plugin window is I need to let it open because otherwise Discord will be confused.
All right. Don't confuse Discord.
I just kept this part because you weren't seeing. For instance, I was only hearing the. This one.
That's E minor. That's D. G, D, E minor.
Yeah, but what you don't say to right now, you didn't say that I suck as a player.
Well, you can just play. Why don't you just play? Just play. You know where the notes
No,
are.
but I have a fourth Jay-Z. I'm not playing shit. I'm just playing notes, but it's very nice. It sounds nice because it's an accident. It's a fifth.
I couldn't hear the synth in the. I couldn't hear the synth in the mix. Were you playing the synth in the mix?
No, I wasn't playing.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say you
you-
can just treat it like a monophonic synth and just play E, D, G.
Yeah, it's basically the way I do stuff.
Okay.
And yeah. But so you say it's a E. So I'm gonna close the plugin.
Okay.
I'm gonna share the. Six series and
Oh, there it is.
Reason.
The much
What the
maligned
fuck is
Reason.
that?
Why do people shit on Reason so much? I don't get it.
But it's just a fucking. You know, they were tried at one time. They still, it's like cancer. You know, and people just repeat what the other people say.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff. It's nothing, bro. They have for sure they are a bit behind sequence at the stage of arranging. Maybe it could be better. It's a bit like Cubase, the sequencer, but with maybe less stuff. I don't know, but it's old school sequencer plus old school way, and probably it's most of people you hear criticize are mostly younger than 30 years old or 20, not like us.
I thought so.
And they are born with Ableton Live with that's I don't know. I know this
Same
software.
people that feel that something is wrong if
I
it's
like
not
Ableton, but
auto-tuned.
I mean I don't criticize it. I still think it's not intuitive at all.
Okay.
It's not intuitive at all. But I don't give.
Yeah.
I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more into old school. Yeah, it's visually you can see how everything is.
I think it's awesome.
It's a really good learning tool. So they use it in schools. By the way, it's the most used for. Yeah, it's a good way to understand what you're doing. You can still use drop down menus. Let's say you want to plug this. You can roll it. There's nothing on, but you can create anything with the menus if you prefer. You don't need. You can drag, drop. Everything is really nice, modern, high res. I don't know. It works well. You have so the normal. Yep, looks like this. So you have your channels, buses, whatever you can call it. It's called channels, and it's based on the hardware. So it has a color in the sound. They say maybe there's a lot of things that Reason has that is kind of special, and people maybe find it different sounding. Some people say it wasn't as loud as stuff like that. No, wasn't as loud because they set it up like this. So just crank up the volume and it will be as loud as the other ones. Okay, back to your song.
Okay.
You're gonna cut that frequency, low frequencies on the guitar, Matt.
Okay.
Cut me that low frequencies on the guitar. I think it will.
Nenko,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause the recording and check something.
Yeah.
So
I got to make a coffee. Well, man, it's
Go
very
make your-
late.
well, it's up to you.
Fuck.
We could finish this next time. It's up to you.
Oh shit! It's so fucking late.
Let's fit.
No, wait, no.
We can do it in two parts. No big deal. I'm looking at the OBS meter, and when you talk, the audio mixer input isn't bouncing, and I'm wondering if it's not even
Yeah, there's
recording your voice. Didn't have this problem when I talked to Phil in Florida.
Yeah. Okay, just
up to you.
go do your things. I'm questioning myself about what
Okay.
I'm going to do
We're
right
gonna
now.
take a break, and we might be back.
Yeah.
We might be back for this, or we might be back for if we're not back, we'll pick it up in the next day or so. Okay.
Yes.
Intermission time.
Right.